What's up, Starcraft fans? Last time we did Han and Horner with no heroes and top bars. It was pretty difficult, but kinda straightforward relative to what I'm about to do. I just did a solo of Tychus. Solo Tychus without any heroes or outlaws. Basically, I only have SCVs and buildings to work with. That's it. Nothing. No units, no heroes, no top bars. Just SCVs and buildings. So, the way I did it, because obviously, brutal missions, if you want to solo them, with only workers, the only chance you have is a defensive mission, where the enemies come to you and you shoot them down. So there are two options for that. Void Launch and Oblivion Express. Oblivion Express has the advantage of a ground-based objective, but that doesn't really matter for Tychus, because his auto turrets shoot up and down. But the disadvantage of Oblivion Express is that the trains have so much health and you need so much firepower to burst them down, and they come like 9 of them on the tracks. And the problem is you will need so much damage output that it's gonna be very difficult to do Oblivion Express. So that leaves me with one option: Void Launch. This is the map where we have to defend the enemy waves and destroy the shuttles from escaping, or destroy the shuttles before they escape. None of these matter. The prestiges don't matter. The masteries don't matter, because all of these are hero and top bar related. I don't have anything. So basically I'm a level 15 with no masteries doing this. So the only way I did this is by cheating a lot. Let's thank our supporters, Patreon, Legendary Sinner on the Immobilization Wave tier, and Darth Machado Zero Archon, who are supporting the Pulse Cannon tier. And thank you to all my supporters on Patreon. So again, my only choice is to go for the Maguro map, because this is the only way I can actually set up this way to work. Okay, so the first cheat, you can immediately see it on the map. There are lucky envelopes. The lucky envelopes is technically a mutator, but it basically benefits the player. It doesn't make the game harder in any way. It gives the player free money, and all I have to do is send workers to collect those free mineral and gas pickups. It's free. It's a help. It is brutal, but it is free. So you can basically just collect these pickups to give you extra money to fund your war campaign. Next cheat, you can see AI choice. I selected the Devouring Scourge composition here. This is the easiest composition in the game, because the attack waves are either Zerglings or Devourers or Guardians. The Guardians are the only threats here. The Guardians are the only actual threats. The rest, Mutalisk Scourge, they don't pose any threat. Devourers, it doesn't do anything, because my turrets are ground based, and Mutalisks get shredded. Scourge and Devourers don't hit ground. Then that's why I said the only threats here are the Guardians, of course the hybrid. And the last cheat I did is to make the game speed slower. So you're gonna see a very no, actually it didn't actually make this speed. But when I play this game, the speed is actually slower. It's lower speed, so I can actually just not have to focus on so much stuff while playing the game. So I can think about where to put my turrets next. Remember to send my STVs to collect the pickups, and build and repair and hold position and all that stuff. Just give me enough time. So it is technically still a solo, and there is a mutator, but the mutator helps me, and my ally is not gonna help. It is just an AI that's gonna be idling as Phoenix, and Tychus will not be used. I'm gonna run him away at the very end just to prevent him from tanking or dealing damage. But yes, it is in fact a solo. I selected the map, I selected the enemy composition, I made it slower for myself, and I selected the enemy composition. But it is brutal, and it is a solo. So technically, it is all still possible.
Thank you for responding to our call. It seems Amon is using...
So first order of business, of course, is to send these workers to collect these pickups. Each of these pickups will send, or will give you free, yeah, there we go, 50 minerals for me, 50 minerals for my ally. And I just send these workers all around. So what I did is, I had this SCV build this engineering bay right away. The engineering bay wall is going to be extremely helpful because it'll prevent the enemy the enemy Zerglings from getting a surround on my static defense, and also, yeah, it just prevents the enemy overall from getting to my static defense in the first place. And I have another SCV. This SCV is patrolling around the map. This SCV is patrolling all around the map to scout for pickups. I will try not to move this SCV around. The goal of this SCV is to spot for mineral and gas pickups. And when I see the pickups, I'll send the workers from my base to collect those pickups. I'm not gonna move this SCV because I want this to just be a permanent spotter for me. And the collectors will be different SCVs. So far, yeah, this thing's on the way, and I'm about to send another SCV in a few seconds. Because yeah, I want to build like a defensive setup. The first wave will hit through the center in 3 minutes, or at 3 minutes. So I'll need to have stuff in position in that center to intercept. And you can see I'm actually moving a lot faster than I normally do when I play. And I see a mineral pickup there, so I send an SCV from a base, and you just shift click that SCV to queue the commands. The nice thing about queuing command is that you can like put all your commands on the SCV while you're not that busy, so that when you are busy, you don't have to move that SCV. So I'm just collecting all these pickups, just getting extra money for myself. And I will take a fast expansion here, a relatively fast expansion. So you can see I had 2 engineering base, and I'm starting the turrets right behind the auto turrets. So these don't get upgrades, I don't think. And I don't think these benefit from Lone Puppy either. I do have Lone Puppy Prestige selected, but I don't think that matters in this run, because all of those are hero and top are related. So you notice that I brought 2 more SCVs, and there's a gap between these engineering base. The gap is actually very useful later on, because I'm gonna hold position SCVs here, and when I have hold position SCVs, they will block the pathing enemy Zerglings from getting to my turrets. But the Zerglings will not count the SCVs as part of the wall. They are on hold position, but they are not considered by the Zerglings as part of the wall. So the Zerglings will kind of derp out at this area, and they will give my turrets basically free reign to shoot them down. So the first wave is about to hit. You can see I'm just building, extending the wall to make it less likely that the enemy will run around the wall. And yeah, so let's watch it in action. And you can see I'm still collecting pickups using my SCVs while all this is happening. And my expansion has... You can see the Zerglings are derping just in front of my SCVs. And they're not actually getting to my turrets. So the first wave was actually handled pretty easily. But again, that's because I had lucky envelopes to fund this much stuff in the first 3 minutes. Without lucky envelopes, I'm dead. I can maybe get 2 of these and a single turret. But yeah, it's going to be very tight. And you have to be extremely lucky with RNG to make sure that these Zerglings don't just run around your engineering bay. And also, it allowed me to fund building this command center and these 2 turrets. So you can just see I'm just sending SCVs all around the map and just collecting pickups and just building more turrets. This game is all about doing everything all at once. That's why I'm playing on slower speed here, but you do see it on faster speed, because that's how fast the game is normally played. But you have to forgive me. You have no choice but to forgive me, because this challenge is basically the dumbest thing I've ever thought of. Just soloing with just auto. It's not even characters turrets. It's auto turrets. It's just auto turrets. They're really flimsy. They don't have any auto repair buffs, and they kind of just die and they burn down. So you can see the next wave is hitting, and the wall as usual worked because my turrets just sniped the Mulisks before they even hit, and the Zerglings are dispatched pretty easily. And again, this is why I chose this composition. If, for example, if I chose Bio, the Bio will be able to shoot the turrets, and the wall will be kind of useless. And also have the Marauders and later on Siege Tank, which basically outrange my turrets. That makes it even harder. So you can see I have an SCV here at one of the sides. I've sent it in advance, even before I need it, because I want to start the wall as soon as I can, so that when the wave hits, I'll have something in place. And I have another SCV on the east side, and I will also ask that to start the wall. You can see the economy kicking in. I basically have full saturation and a good defense at this stage of the game. So we're actually just preparing for the side waves, because the 7-minute 30 wave can sometimes go to the center, but usually it goes to the west, or one of the bases. If player 2 has an expansion, they usually go to player 2's base, but in this case, he doesn't have an expansion because he's an AI who's idling. That's why he's gonna go to my base. I'm starting turrets here. I'll be ready. It's actually a bit late, a little bit late, but it is still starting. I'm also already starting the west side or the east side defenses, because the second objective could try to escape through the east path. Okay, so you can see I'm also gonna hold position a couple SCVs here. I'm sending more SCVs from the expansion. Again, hold position is important. If you don't have the SCVs on hold position, they will just kind of move aside for the Zerglings, which is obviously not what you want. So these shuttles will be taken care of pretty easily, and basically the Zerglings were taken care of without them dealing damage ever, and that allowed my turrets to basically fight the hybrid 3v1, and that's basically the only chance I have to take that fight. If it's any other composition, I would have lost. If it's Balings, obviously I lose. If it's Siege Tanks, I lose. If it's Derps, I lose. If it's Zealots and Stalkers, I lose, because Stalkers are, can outrange and will make my wall useless. It's pretty much only this composition that'll work. So you can see, I had a bit of bad RNG here. The second shuttles chose to go to my weakest side, my east side. So I will need to shore up my defenses there. But you can see I was kind of not on the ball, not completely on the ball at this point, and haven't really set my SCVs all the way there yet. I'm still adding defense to my west side, whereas I should be adding more defense to the east. You can see I'm scrambling SCVs over. I'm trying to get all that money that I need, sending SCVs to collect these pickups, and then just sending them back to the wall, because I will need them to be on hold position to be able to survive. Alright, you can see that I am queuing up more and more turrets. You can see that there's an attack wave heading toward the east side, but I do already have workers in position, and the turrets will just barely be in time. But you can see they have 4 Mutalisks and 2 hybrid destroyers, and you can see the SCVs weren't quite in hold position. So some of them did get through, but I have enough SCVs and turrets, and with slower speed, I'm able to react quickly and just send the SCVs to repair right away, and even start building some more turrets to keep shooting down these shuttles. And with repair, I am eventually able to shoot down the hybrids and just constantly replacing workers. You can see some important things here: constantly building workers, constantly replacing turrets, constantly sending workers to collect the pickups. You can see I'm actually dropping the ball a little bit there with the pickups thing, but I am still focusing after all. I'm trying to hold these, and you can see the Zerglings are not getting, they're just not getting through. So that's basically half the wave not even touching my static defense before they die. So I'm using this time to kind of reset my east side, but you can see 3 hybrids are pretty strong compared to Tychus' turrets. So I will need to send a bunch of SCVs here to repair and make sure that my turret wall stays alive, because once it's broken, it's going to be very hard to rebuild while these fights are still going on. That's why I need to make sure that I win this fight. I did mention before that Void Launch is basically a one-wave map, because all the waves prior to the last one usually can be fought on either one side of the map or at most 2 sides. But the only really difficult one is the last wave, wave 7 of shuttles, because it hits at all 3 locations at once, and there are 4 groups of shuttles with big hybrids and a big attack wave. So you will actually need to, the whole difficult part is the 7th wave. So my objective here, my goal here, is to get to wave 7 of the shuttles without letting a single one escape, because I will need every single like leeway I have. I'll need every single advantage I have for that last wave. So I need to make sure that all my advantages of having uh 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 a fallback of 4 possible shuttles to escape. That's my allowance of 4 shuttles. I must not let anyone escape, because I will need I will need those 4 shuttles later on, as you will see. Because the last wave, I believe, has 12 shuttles, and the one that goes through the middle is very hard to defend, especially because there are big hybrids going along it. And 2 waves of shuttles with Leviathans later on. You can see the Zerglings again, not getting through. Actually, I did get a bit lucky here that I got the hybrid behemoth, because those don't storm my SCVs. If I got the hybrid destroyer, I'm dead, because the hybrid destroyer or the hybrid dominators will just storm my SCVs when they're clumped up at my wall, and they'll just let all the Zerglings through, and my defenses will be all wrecked. And you can see I just built a second line of defenses. I put a space between them, because what happens when you don't is that the enemy will just destroy the middle part of your static defense forest, and you won't be able to get to it. You won't be able to repair it. So I made just 2 rows, so that if it hits the front, I repair the front. If it hits the back, you just circle around and repair the back. And yeah, none of these turrets will actually be unrepairable. You can see the next set. I think that's the 4th. That's the 4th. Yeah, the 4th set of shuttles. So it's gonna be heading to 2 separate locations. That's still relatively easy. The only difficult part of this will be the one that heads to the middle, because that coincides with the 1640 attack wave. And yeah, that will hit my center pretty hard, so I will need to be on point in defending that center. My sides are pretty much set up, actually. The only difficult part, there's only one more difficult wavelet that's heading to the sides, but for most of the game now, the main focus of our attention should be the middle of the map. Obviously, I'm not going to go for the bonus, because I will need offensive. Okay, look, these Zerglings pushed my SCVs aside. I didn't quite have them on repair. So you can see this Hydra's shooting at my turrets. So what I did is I selected an SCV and kind of ordered the SCV to attack that Hydralisk, and that aggroed the Hydralisk to my SCV. And all that's left for me to do is pull the SCV away to pull that Hydralisk to my static defense. Then we have this wave heading here. Is that a Raptor strain of Zerglings? My goodness. They have Raptor strains. Okay. Yeah, we have more Zerglings heading here, but they're going to be blocked by my SCVs. One of them falls, but the rest are still very much holding the line. Literally holding the line. So my turrets will be able to shoot down this hybrid behemoth. Again, without Storm, my SCVs can't stay alive and keep repairing the turrets that are in danger. You can see also that I built another extra command center, so I have 3 triple CC worth of production. So I'm trying to bait these guardians to walk closer to my turrets, and I think I succeeded here. I kind of succeeded here for one of them, but there's another one. I'm gonna try to bait it again, but if it doesn't work, yeah, I'll just put down a single turret under it. Yeah, I'll just put a single turret under that guardian, because I can just salvage the turret later. Keep these ones repaired. So you can see it's now the 5th wave. 3 sets of shuttles of 2 heading toward the center. So yeah, as I mentioned before, the focus will be at the center, because that's also where a big attack wave is heading. I salvage that right away. Very nicely. And then I just send more SCVs. Start building more turrets there. I still keep reinforcing the side, just in case an attack wave or the next shuttles is at that point. Again, getting more and more of these turrets.
Base is under attack.
You can see the Mulus just kind of fanning out at my wall of static defense, and it is kind of holding. These Mulus kind of stand no chance against my turrets, because my turrets are, they're pre-placed and they've already been set up. And now these hybrid behemoths, They did get through my engineering bay wall, but not enough of them. And all that's left for me to do is to repair these. Okay, I'm gonna try to build a bunch of these turrets underneath these guardians so I can shoot them down. You can see I'm starting to float some money, and I'm at 91 supply. Take note, guys. I'm at 91 supply, and I'm trying to micro my workers to be able to finish these turrets. If I finish these turrets, these guardians will be not a thing anymore. And 2 of them are completed, 3 of them completed. Yeah, that's attack wave has been held. And then I immediately salvage these 2 to refund the minerals and like remove some targets from the enemy.
Our allies are being attacked.
Yeah, I rebuild the wall. It's very important to keep rebuilding what you lose, so that you'll have a backup once the hardest wave arrives. Basically, the one wave of void launch.
Our allies
Put more SCVs in hold position. I'm resetting. I'm resetting my my defenses. Getting more static defense. Just rallying more and more workers. It's just constant worker production. Constant worker production. So I'll have, yeah, I'm at 95 supply now, even though I've been losing SCVs during fights. Okay, you can see the Zerglings kind of, yeah. So they were attacking that exposed engineering base, so I kind of used my SCVs to order an attack move on the Zerglings, and that kind of derped them out and sent them to my SCVs. Same thing with the hybrids. I just bait them into my static defense. You can see the Devourers are actually not doing anything. The Devourers are anti-air, so they don't hit here. That's why I picked this composition. The Devourers are pretty decent to handle.
your forces are under attack.
You can see there are a lot of shuttles here, and that's exactly why I built this many turrets, because I will need all those turrets to shoot down the shuttles while still fighting the attack wave. So the big hybrid's down, and the shuttles are slowly but surely getting shot down. There's a single dude lord here, but I can just shoot that down with two probably I'll need 1 turret. So you can see there are like 5 guardians here at this spot. 5, or rather 6. There are 6 guardians there. It's actually really difficult to set up anything, because only one of them needs to switch targets. And I'm trying my best with all the SCVs I have to set up, but they're getting shot down. This time the guardians are re-aggroing to my workers. And that makes it really difficult to get anything set up. So I realized that I'm actually not able to set up a killing blow to these guardians. So I just reset the wall. I try to make as many static defense as I can. So now this is what I'm talking about. I paused the game a little bit. You can see 4 groups of shuttles heading toward the exits. And so far, I have let none of them escape. So I can allow 4 of them to escape. So I think strategically, there are 3 here, 3 here, I think 3 here and 3 here. So my strategy is, if I can shoot down both of these ones that are heading to the side, I only have to worry about 6 shuttles on here. And with 6 shuttles and my base getting destroyed, I kind of have to right-click 2 of them. Add to right-click on 2 of them. Make sure 2 of them are destroyed, so that even if the rest go through, we will still win the game, because this wall will not be able to hold an attack wave. The guardians have overpowered my static defense. So my only chance is to be able to snipe the shuttles before they escape. So let's watch it. And yeah, you can see I'm trying to scramble some defenses on there. And you can see that I am anticipating that the attack wave will get through and destroy all my turrets. And then it will eventually head to my base. So I'm building these command centers here to block the attack, so that they won't aggro to my ally's base. Because if my ally's base is destroyed, even if he's idle, I'll lose the game.
These are under attack.
I'm just trying to scramble as many static defenses there as I can.
Are under attack.
You see they have Dude Lords, Realistic Corruptors, Brood Queens, Guardians, and the wall is in fact holding strong. So what I'm doing now is you can see I've selected all my turrets here. I'm right clicking on this shuttle here to bring it down. You can see there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shuttles here. And as I said, I can let 4 escape, so I have to shoot down 2 of these. If I shoot down 2 of these and none of these ones escape, I win. So let's watch it.
Your forces
Okay, 1 down. Another one is going down. You can see the shuttles here are getting shot down. Neither of these will escape because I have a strong line of turrets here, or a strong force of turrets. These ones also get shot down. So, once I snipe this one, it's actually game over for Amon. Because I will even snipe a third one. So actually I will only have 3 escape this time. Both the shuttles here are killed. The ones here are starting to get shot down.
Base is under attack.
The enemies to the middle are getting through. They're getting through. Yeah, all my stuff here are dead, except these 2 engineering bases, which are proving to be still pretty important. Because they're holding back like 4 air hybrids, 5 dude lords, and this one hybrid behemoth from getting to my base. And you can see these backline turrets that I made are again holding the line because they're preventing the enemy from entering my base. And even if they do, I still have more backup command centers.
Your forces are under attack.
Thanks to all those lucky envelopes I picked up. And you can see 3 escaped from the game, or 3 escaped
The shuttles
to the middle, but the rest have been shot down, and that is game. So that's how you do. I just screenshot the stats because you can't see them here. Made 538 SCVs and turrets. I trained 177 SCVs, lost 140 of them. That's kind of inhumane, but that's what it takes. I gotta do what it takes to get this win. Damage hit the shuttles just enough. Kill 3 of them. I could not get a point of damage on the last 3 ones, but it doesn't matter because I can let loose escape, and as long as I shut down the rest of the turrets, I still win. Hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for watching. If you have an idea for what else you could do, please leave that in a comment. You can see here in the score screen, and Magru's score screen, that I had 127 APM, which is right around my normal APM. If I'm playing someone like Raynor, my APM with Tychus is usually sub 100 because that's all I need. But now I need 124 APM. You can see I made 152 turrets, which got 626 kills, and I lost 94 of them. That's a pretty good kill to death ratio. Although you have to consider that probably half of these are just Zerglings that couldn't get through my SCV walls. Probably. Yeah, Guardians clearly were Amon's MVP here. He made 21 and got 83 kills out of them, mostly SCVs. Hybrid Destroyers, yeah, I got 53 kills. Behemoths, 60 or 24. Yeah. Alright guys, that was probably the hardest game of this series. And it took me like so many tries. I have 10 tries here before I managed to get one on the Maguro map. I've been trying different things like eminent domain walls. They don't work. I tried no mutators, didn't work. I actually needed lucky envelopes and this specific Zerg competition to get it done. Next week we're gonna have units again. We're gonna have Zeratul. It's still pretty hard because I won't have fragments here. Remember, I need Zeratul to collect the fragments, and without Zeratul himself, I basically have units. They're still pretty good units, but still units. So I might just go on Donny Vermilion here, because yeah, without fragments, Zeratul's units are pretty flimsy. I will not have the legions to support me either, so it's just Zeratul units. So we'll see what I can pull out from that game. I might even do Void Launch again, just massive rollers. We'll see. I'll see you guys next time.